Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this is for you. Yes, it is morning for me. Push this candle back here a little. There we go. Out. Oh, hoo hoo hoo. Right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. That's what I already said, right? Welcome, it's me, Winkish New Baby, Jackie Quay, y'all. Friendly, frigid, sweetgrass water, medicine woman, Christianna superstar. All this beautiful divine being right here. Welcome. It's the Monday that I'm recording. Welcome, all you beautiful divine beings right here, too. Excuse me, I forgotten. Start, of course, Monday with this smudge clearing out that sad Saturday. Well, it's a very sad Saturday. But it comes in waves. That's the grieving. When we resist, persist, right? If I tried to resist, that I wasn't missing my children as bad as I am, that it hasn't thrown me off, that, and then I wouldn't, that's all truth. It's all raw emotions. And it is what happens in these cases, and whether we want to believe it or not. That's the problem. The truth doesn't hurt. It's because we don't want to believe it. That's what hurts. We don't want to believe that it's true, And we look at ourselves. I mean, especially if you're going to be jumping to defend something, make sure you have all the facts, because you can cause a lot more damage, especially in abusive relationships, especially when it's not the obvious abuse. When that abuser is so conniving and makes that, right? That was the big joke. I was the self-abusive wife. Well, hey. Why would you even want that? I don't need to say anything, Go over there and beat yourself, honey. Like, really. So, we need to look at that, because a lot of those, some of the greatest abusers, right? Like they say, the illnesses, some of them, it's the invisible illnesses that get us the worst, right? So those invisible abusers, the ones that seem like they're the all beautiful, kind people. All knowing. Everybody runs to them for all the advice. All that. So they get their little peoples around them. Go out of their way to do acts of kindness, but not from the kindness of their heart, because it's going to be a show. They're going to have people out there singing their praises. And that's what happens. And then the victims are left alone, and they have all these other people supporting them, because, hey, that was their job, to make you doubt yourself, make you feel like you're going crazy. And they say, yeah, it's all me. It was me. I can't believe they've put up with me for so long. I'm so hard to live with. That's the whole conniving thing. If you're going through that yourself, I hear you. I'm with you. I believe you. I believe you. Because it's so hard when nobody believes you. Even people that are supposed to know you. And then they, for whatever reason, right? It's not a personal thing. That's whatever that is for them, right? Are they getting something out of it, right? Were they threatened? Whatever that was, we never know what's in somebody else's, going on in somebody else's mind or in their lives. Unless we ask. And then pay attention and listen. It might not be what we want to hear, right? Whatever that is. So as you see, I'm here. I processed those emotions, yeah, and that's what grief is. It comes in waves, and I'm one that feels them. I'm not denying them anymore, and I'm putting it out there, because I used to hide that all to myself, right? And I'm a human being too, so I go through these humans, but as you see, I do not live there. I've got my children home this week. We got a special week planned. I don't really plan. We just go. We just go with the flow, see what comes up, But a couple of things I got planned I'd like to do. Maybe they had a little better, a little light up there, yeah. It's rainy days. It's rainy days in the Peacemakers. And maybe I could turn on my light over there. Yeah, bring a little more light in here. What do you think? What do you think? And then we'll just get into our medicine woman card, because we didn't do that last week. Our major arcana. Oh, what's that? Contemplate your blessings. Look at that. We're still here. We're still breathing. We're still living. So look at that. Are we still complaining? Are we still separating? Are we still judging? We can only take care of that in ourselves. We can't stop anybody else from judging. Can't stop anybody from judging us either. That's, you know, we can only take responsibility for that in ourselves. Because if we're judging, we're not understanding, you know. It takes a little more effort and energy to understand. You know, judging is the easy thing to do. Then the easy thing isn't always the best thing, right? You want a little bit of a challenge. Things come too easy. I don't know, right? There's that thing, like it flows synchronistically. It almost seems, but it's still not easy when we're doing things. There's some challenge in there, right? And some people do things that look so easy, but it's not. There's challenge. They've worked. They've practiced to that. It's not always easy. Ouch, look at that. Dancer in the winds of time. Eagles to flyers. That went sideways too. But we already did the dancer. And we haven't even called in. Let's call back all of our energies. Let's... Calling back all of our energies from the east. Path of illumination and clarity. Place of fire. Place of man. Calling back all of our energies from the south. That's the waters, the emotions. Place of innocence in the child. Calling back all of our energies from the west. That's the earth, the physical, the woman. Place of introspection. Calling back all of our energies from the north. It's the air, the mental, our wisdom years. And we walk the red road. Our earth walk goes from the south, right? Or we need to accept. We're just one here, right? Accept the gentleness. And hey, we make mistakes. We can learn and grow from them. Accept we are human being. We're being human on this earth. Right? And also children just got to accept it, you know, right? You don't get a choice. You have to just accept what's happening to you. That you get old enough and realize there's something you can do about it. Maybe. Up to the north is that wisdom years. Or we learn to appreciate those days gone by. Now they've grown us. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Whatever that is, right? We learn more from that. That we get that knowledge. That knowledge turns into wisdom through that experience and appreciating those days gone by and taking responsibility for what we have responsibility for. We're not responsible for what was done to us, but we are responsible to heal that because there's nobody else inside us except for spirit. And then east to west. So again, the blue road of spirit. And spirit knows that this sage is the self well expressed. A true sage knows themselves, knows their connection to that source and to all. That's a sage. That's the wisest of all. Whatever I do to me, I do to you. Right? Because we are that connected. We are that connected. So I'm going to express myself as that divine image that I was created in the likeness of, whatever that is for you, right? East to west. I got to let that spirit pour through me. I'm connected because I'm spiritual and human. I'm both physical and spiritual, mental, emotional, all the bodies incorporated all in this one. Whatever that is, above, below, within. Where am I talking about? Getting ahead of myself. Right, and east to west, the blue road is spirit, right, where we get a different perspective. We know, spirit knows you got to wait for that water to settle. Spirit always has that clear view because it always sees from that higher perspective. But as we get down to this earth, right, we look, oh yeah, I want this experience with that, and then we get down here and we go, wait a second. That's what was involved in this? Whatever that is, that blue road of spirit. And they know everybody has a different way of looking at it. And we go completely immerse ourselves in our source that made us here, gave us a purpose here, and then we fulfill that vision. The vision that Creator had for us and the ultimate vision we have for ourselves, which would probably be in line with Creator. I don't know. Above, below, and within. Thank you. Okay, one major arcana to talk about today. That was the noticing the needs. Noticing your needs so you're not projecting the needs on others, right? But also, if you have all your needs taken care of, noticing the needs of others. Not taking for granted. As I was just reading something, that if we take away access to things in stores, let's say you can only do online shopping, not everybody has access to that. So let's notice the needs of others. Okay, we've got all our needs filled, but others have different needs as well. You know? And is the needs more of a want? Is it the luxuries, or is it stuff that you really need? So noticing those needs and noticing it's a little different for everybody. You know what? I want to keep that one out there as we go for this major arcana now. Where are we at? 1323. Okay. Oh. We are noticing needs, and we are going to contemplate some blessings too. One. It's just, we're looking at that, noticing the needs in our friendships, the needs of ourselves, right? Partnerships, relationships, right? It begins within ourselves, within our families, and ripples out from there. So let's take that look, noticing the needs, our friendships and relationships, right? It begins within. If we can't express our needs, how are we going to notice somebody else's? If we're putting aside ours, maybe we're going to put aside a need in them too. Okay, one, a major arcana, please, and thank you. That we have not read yet. Thank you. Your art is your shield and power, right? And we're seeing through those cultural illusions, tapping in. All what needs to be expressed in you. The sage is a self well expressed, right? Noticing the needs of that little. That might be driving the bus. Okay. One. Power lodge at the pipes. See, is there one in this? No. Just one. Not one on the bottom. There's one major arcana, please, for us to look at and read. Okay. Okay, they all went over, but I've got 3 right here. I think we've read the bounty. Look at that. Okay. So, which one out of these? Gathering together, storyteller. Okay, let's see. Expansion of knowledge. Yeah, let's see. Is there one just crafting? It's on the bottom of that one. Beauty, ecstasy. I think we read that one anyway. So, let's see which ones out of these ones we have not read yet. Is that one on? No. Of course, can't be easy. Just one on the top. And then we had the trickster and the stars in here. Okay, one more shuffle. One more shuffle. Okay, one more shuffle, and just one is going to pop out. Thank you, Creator. Thank you for your help on my relations. Just one. It makes it clear. One we have not read. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just one we have not read. Just one. Thank you, Creator. There we go. The Peacemaker. It's just one. Just one. And have we not read that? I don't think we have. Have we read the Peacemaker? Who? Did I shove it right there? Huh? We'll bring them up like this. How about that, eh? Why did I just do that? There we go. There we go. Bub's my daddy. Ouch. Shine on that a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so our major arcana is the Peacemaker. Oh, man. Weirdo. Okay. Okay, Peacemaker. Let me see. Okay, Lucas, right? Lucas, right? Number 5. Number 5. Before command. Oh, so we haven't done that command yet. I could have done that one. But Peacemaker jumped out all by itself. And we have not read it yet. I have not read it yet. It does not have a check mark or when. So I'm reading the Peacemaker. Peacemaker. Dream taker. No. Peacemaker wouldn't be the dream. Ooh, look at that blue that went into. That was cool. Look at that. Yep, see, we did do the ecstasy. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Gonna set it all on fire. The peacemaker is the mediation. The traditional name is the Hierophant in the traditional deck. It's number 5. Number 5 is all about change, isn't it? Oh, hot, hot, hot. All right. Hierophant, the peacemaker, interfacing the world. Affirmation. I am the mediator between my God self and my world. I bring the within outward, recognizing that my presentation and the world's response are just. I am at peace with all outcomes. Ooh, can we get to that? Affirmation. I am the mediator between my God self and my world. I bring the within outward, recognizing that my presentation and the world's responses are just. I am at peace with all outcomes. The card speaks. I am the guiding voice speaking to you from within your heart, combining the soul's needs with those of the world. I tell you when to speak and when to be silent. I am the go-between, the bridge. I am the one who knows the ways of the world, and yet am not overwhelmed by them. I tell you how to bring your highest vision into creation. If you have listened to the tarot cards before me, you have seen what can be. You have created a supportive structure for your ideas and ideals. Now, I tell you how to present yourself through these structures. I am your interface with the world. If you are not within a structure, be it job, relationship, or society, which supports your wholeness, you may find me suggesting outrageous things. Depending on how non-beneficial your structure is for your self-actualization, I will cause trouble. It is my role, in whatever way I must, to move you through the changes required for your spiritual growth. Your choice is to create a path of your choosing, or I will open the earth before you. I am a master of protocol, the right ritual of every situation. Master protocol. Well, that would be the divine's protocol, right? Not man-made laws, right? Okay. I understand completely what is expected in conventional terms, and yet I never miss an opportunity to shine a light through any crack I see. At times, I have appeared as the gypsy prince holding the mysteries in my consciousness and acting intuitively in the world. I have been called the peacemaker, for I understand every side of every dispute and always bring the polarities into balance. I realize that a suffering person suffers because they have become ready for a new and higher level of being. If you listen, I speak the way. I am the book of changes. I am the darkness and the dawn. I am the movement in the dance of life. Look to me for revelation of all things sacred. These are the unchanging within the changed. You will hear me call you on to better things. As you pass each chance for change, you will know if you have taken the right step. You will know, for you will feel the presence of the peacemaker inside yourself. I am with you. Self-questioning. Am I willing to move ahead in the direction I see as best for myself? Or do I wait until circumstances force me to grow? Do you move ahead in the direction you see as best for yourself, or do you wait until circumstances force you to grow? Exercise for this week. Keep a journal this week of the guiding voice that speaks while you are out in the world in action. Jot down what that voice tells you to do and what you actually do. Let's see. There is that, you can tell if it's the divine intuition or ego self, right? Because you want it. You keep trying to sway it. But divine isn't always going to take you the safest, easiest way. So that's how you know. But it still feels good. Might feel a little scary, but it still feels good, right? Because, you know, if there's no fear, there's no bravery, right? If you're not afraid, how can you be brave? You need to be afraid first, right? Okay, so, and the meditation. Go for a ride in the gypsy wagon. Oh, I want a gypsy wagon. I'll have one to begin with in gypsy wagon. Oh, yeah, BWGW. Okay, anyway, go for a ride in the gypsy wagon with the prince. Let him tell you how he reveals the great mystery to the world while only passing through. From where comes the trust that he will always be taken care of? What is his power to attract? His ability to let go. Who is this elusive stranger in yourself? Visualization. Realize yourself as a peacemaker. Go now in the eye of your mind and speak clearly where the speaking is needed. Touch where you have previously been afraid to touch. Stand up where you have sat back in silence. Stand up where before you have sat back in silence. Let love come through where anger lived. Feel the physical changes. The astrological sign on this card is Taurus. The foods, it's time for a change. Arrange an occasion where you must eat that which you are not accustomed to eating. Break an old pattern. Learn to enjoy whatever is put before you. Notice the effect both of the attitude and of the food on your consciousness. Colors. A red, orange for energy and movement. Be bright and clear. Notice others' response to you on days when you are dressing more flamboyantly and on days when you blend into the woodworks. Each can be appropriate at some times. Right time and place for everything. Maybe I'll have more light if I take this block down from here. Yes, my daddy is home. I don't know if he went to pick up the groceries. Oh, yeah, looks like he might have groceries back there. Okay, that's good. It's good because I don't see the time right now. And I put the order in. I'm supposed to pick it up. But he was going out. And I was doing this. Anyways, okay. So, peacemaking. It is wonderful to have ideas, fantasies, and Okay. It is wonderful to have ideas. Next sentence. Fantasies and high ideals inspire us and give us hope. They are seeds of future health and wealth. Yet, it is easy to let a sprouting garden of ideas die. The seed energy must be nurtured with the tools at hand by you, the resourceful one, and watered by your consciousness of self-responsibility, seeker of the light, and rich inner resources, bounty, to the point of flowering. Here you take command, distributing the harvest to where it will do the most good. You take your best and offer it to the world. Peacemaking. You take your best and offer it to the world. Peacemaking. You make true peace by offering your real self in a way the world can accept. There is something in you that the world, at least some portion of the world, is waiting for. There is something in you that the world, at least some portion of the world, is waiting for. How long are you going to keep them waiting for? Don't make them wait anymore. Be you. They're waiting for you. A common problem people face is that they either believe their gifts will be rejected and so do not offer them, or they offer their gifts to people who are not interested. In the business world, it is of the utmost important to find your niche. It is no different in any other situations. If you want a successful outcome, you must not only have a good idea, but you must present it in a way that will be acceptable to a specific group of people. Many people fail because they are not acting much different from the salesman trying to sell refrigerators to the Inuit. I replaced it. It has Eskimos, by the way, to the Inuit, trying to sell refrigerators. So many people fail because they are not acting much different from the salesman trying to sell refrigerators to the Inuit. Often, people want to make peace with their parents. So they badger their parents to accept them, a technique that seldom works. Instead, without sacrificing their true being, they could simply repackage themselves by presenting their ideas in terms their parents already understand. Or they could just share more fully the parts of themselves that their parents already accept. Go with the flow. If your mother likes your home cooking, share that with her instead of your enjoyment of occult books. Let go of your need to conflict with her. Oh, interesting. Let go of your need to conflict with her. You have a need to conflict. Well, I want her to accept me for this. She accepts this side of me, but not this side of me. But you know what? We got to be happy with what we get, right? Right? I don't know. And then if you're the mother too, right? Is your child trying to share their enjoyment of something and you just, no, I'm just accepting this parts of you, right? So what are we projecting on our children there too? Let's look at that in ourselves. Peacemaking is a fine art. It is often the art of keeping silence, letting go of the ego need to be one up. No one was ever reformed permanently by bullying. No one was ever reformed permanently by bullying. No one was ever reformed permanently by bullying. Okay, bullying. The peacemaker is ever watchful. However, for just the right opening to speak, just enough to gain interest and respect. The peacemaker is ever watchful, however, for just the right opening to speak, just enough to gain interest and respect. This way, there is no need to argue and no need to back down from your true stance. You proceed systematically and intuitively forward at a steady pace, counting every tiny advance as success. Thus, there is no war. There is slowly expanding cooperation. You proceed systematically and intuitively forward at a steady pace, counting every tiny advance as success. Thus, there is no war. There is slowly expanding cooperation. This is what we need to do, all of us. Expand that cooperation. We do that in our own homes. It begins within. It begins within. Yeah, let's just read this one out. 5 of arrows. Where are we at now? 3303 I saw. Noticing needs. Great Spirit, I see now that I have provided so well for myself. Others envy what I have gained. My possessions are sought by others in need. Grant me the wisdom to help them satisfy their real longings and to provide for themselves the things they desire. Grant me the faith to continue my own way and to leave no one wanting behind me. I shall revise my plan to include new knowledge you give me. I accept further understanding. I accept further understanding you will give me so that harmony once again will reign. The lesson of the card. Though you may have created a nice life for yourself, the universe will not let you stop there. Your basic beliefs will be challenged until your personal philosophy takes into account the needs of others. More and more others, the farther along you go. More and more others, the farther along you go. On the other hand, if you have not learned to take care of yourself, your intellect will be challenged to find a suitable set of concepts that will work for you. You're going to be asked to face the world head on. You have set out on a course of action, and it is time to view the results. This can be a frightening time when you are tempted to throw out your own way of doing things. If results are not as you had hoped, and to adopt another belief system without critical consideration. Rather than becoming a quick convert, it is best to look at your own way with a critical eye and fine-tune the places where it could use improvement. You have built a foundation. Your way has brought you this far. Even if you are laughed at the first time you present yourself publicly, you must realize that the presentation was the only way to actualize any new form. When the audience laughs, the worst is over. You have now gained the insight necessary to revise your plan, refine your act, and step forth once again in confidence. Your success could bring jealousy, envy, or criticism from others. Yet your generous urge to share what you have may be the wrong move here. Your success could bring jealousy, envy, or criticism from others. Yet your generous urge to share what you have may be the wrong move here. Be sure you pass on what others truly need to better their own condition. Pass on what they truly need, not just what they want. They're just taking from you to see how much they can get. So there you go. Just because they're jealous and envious doesn't mean you keep giving them more. That's not what they need. They need to learn that they've got that in themselves to go out and get it for themselves, right? Your success could bring jealousy, envy, or criticism from others. Yet your generous urge to share what you have may be the wrong move here. Be sure you pass on what others truly need to better their own condition. And how do we know that? Well, we're the mediator, the source. We're getting in connection with that, right? And it's not just from our needs. Oh, I need this, you must need that, right? I mean, we all need air, water, right? So, look at that. Let's get a moon woman card out here. The moon woman card. Thank you very much. Whoops. Moon woman card that we haven't done so far. Well, we've done that one. That flipped over. Not that. Just the one. Just the one card. And then it hurting. Just one, please. Just one card. We just need one card. Please, one card. Moon woman, one card. Hurting my wrist. Oh, okay. Let's see. That one's on top. Shall we go with that? Do we read that one? Yeah. No, look at that. Let's look at that. That's our medicine wheel. We had honorable mentions, her Her. Beautiful. I think we had that one before. But we're going to go with this one. And this one don't have a number on it. North is the white buffalo up here. That in our smudge bowl. This guy gonna hang on to it. And we'll bring it down into the smudge bowl. There we go. What you think of that, eh? That's a medicine wheel. Whoops. That's our medicine wheel. So what does that one say? We need to balance all of that, right? So, let me say, if I can find that. Here we are. This is the house card. Okay, that's called the house card. All right. The house card. Okay. A woman's shape shifts. Her form changes as the moon. In its various phases, flowing as a river, quiet and embracing. A lake's waters, stormy as the sea. All of her parts contained within a single teardrop running down her face. A woman alters as does the moon. At times, she will be round and full, whole and luminous, content with herself. At others, she may seem to be half lit, half shadowed. At others still, sharp and cutting as a razor's edge. For an instant, she may be entirely hidden, totally invisible. She simply disappears. But deep within her being, however, in her center, at her core, she is connected to her source. There, she always remains to be the same woman, always shining and radiant as the full moon. Woo! Wowzers! Hey, how's about that? The shamanic medicine wheel structure of the healing process through earth. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a look at that. I came up with that. There you go. Okay, awesome. Good reading. Lots to look at there today. The left side of the wheel is the female side. The feminine, Mother Earth, Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Tonanzit. The right side of the wheel is the male side, masculine, Father Sky, Grandfather Sun. The shamanic medicine wheel structure of the healing process through the earth. There we go. Except for they have south as fire and west as the water. But that's not how we do it here. But then teachings are different where you go. Depending which side of the earth you live on and all that stuff like that there. So that was such a beautiful reading. Thank you. Oh, thanks for that love and support that was sent on my way. Anybody, let me tell you, okay, if you're in situations and you know people and there's been abuse, things like that, please, we need to watch with our gaslighting, because sometimes we can do that. We're trying to stand up, we're taking a stance, we're making opinions, putting in our 2 cents when it was not asked for, when you don't have all the information. We need to watch, because we abuse people more. People get abused more by others refusing to see the truth. You know, and even though it's not their place, they still jump in to try and say something. They need to take a stand. They take on other people's issues as their own, and they still don't have all the information. So watch that in yourself. Again, we're not pointing out how somebody else is doing that. We need to see that in ourselves, right? That's fine. Make sure your hands are clean before you go pointing out how somebody's are so dirty. What is that? Okay. Awesome. Biggest heart hugs ever. Thank you for being you, shining your light through everything you do. This world needs you to be fully, wholly, honest, and truly you, like only you can be. It's going to miss out. And remember, right, it's not going to be, are you trying to give your gifts to somebody who don't need it, right? Notice those needs. Where is your gift going to fit in there? Okay, gifts are meant to be given, right? Don't go self-sabotage because you're going to go give it to somebody who's already got ample amounts of that. Whatever that is, right? Even if it looks the same as somebody else, it doesn't have your flavor, right? So put your flavor to it. Get it out there. I love you. Wonderful, blessed day. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful, beautiful beings.